Valley Club, 3 brand new promo codes for you. And there's a lot that was revealed in the official Marvel Strike Force Twitch live stream yesterday. Pathfinder and General Manager RJ revealed a lot of what is happening coming up in 2025. We're discussing it all in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. And if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're ready for this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Do this every single week. Keep you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content every single week on this channel. And normally we're doing this with a guest. I love discussing Marvel Strike Force with somebody else, but it's been a little tough to schedule-wise this summer. Yeah, just my schedule, a lot of my buddies' schedules. It's been tougher to find somebody to do this with. So we're doing this solo again this week, but hopefully we have a guest on next week. Let's talk about the promo codes of the week. This one is, I believe, from Monday. Count to 7K. This was from a counting contest on Discord. This is for 1 million gold, 20,000 intel credits. Next code came from the live stream that we're gonna discuss. Lots was discussed on the live stream yesterday, but this one, we also got a code. Chapter 2 is here. You're getting 20,000 intel credits and 150 power cores. And this is one, I guess it's not new, but this is new to me, and I did not claim this until this week on a video early this week. And this code is for 4. Gives you 100 shards of each of the original Fantastic Four, not the new MCU ones that's going to be in the arena meta, but the old ones that are kind of Ultimate's food. And in addition to that, this is supposed to be for new players, but I was able to claim this. I'm level 105, been playing for over 7 years. But yeah, in addition to this, not mentioned, also 2 million gold and some training mats. I don't remember exactly how many training mats, but that go to try to claim all of these as we come back to this code, because I did want to talk about the epic battle that we had yesterday. A lot of chat was wondering what would win, the stash of Pathfinder or the big beard of RJ. Let me know in the comments who you think won that battle, because there was a lot of discussion on stream about the stash versus the beard.
We keep getting a bunch of comments on mustaches and beards. We must be doing something right, RJ.
Well, you have the stash, man, of things.
That is true. Since Pathfinder's coming to the game now as Reed Richards, is there any plans to add you, RJ, as a character?
There's not too many like bearded Marvel characters unless you like doing, you know, different takes on certain characters, like even Reed Richards.
But some of the big things that were revealed was a sneak peek for the rest of 2025, quarter 3 and quarter 4 for 2025. And obviously everything in this roadmap is subject to change. So everything that they said yesterday is subject to change. But the first thing that was discussed was chapter 2. Now this is coming next month. As we go into the game right now, we'll see that the command center, it is ending in just about 25 days, which means starting in August, we should get a new chapter, not related to Quasar, related to this guy, the new legendary character that everybody's gonna be chasing for. Now, I know a lot of you know this character's name. I know this character's name. I cannot say anything because the information was given to me from the Envoy program, so I'm under NDA, even though a lot of the community knows who this is. You probably could go check out the comments who this next legendary character is, but let me know your thoughts on this character as coming. But also chapter 2, it also means that when chapter 2 is coming, we're getting a new supply store. So going into the game, right now we have the Intel store, and that is for that Quasar chapter. Don't know what the name is gonna be. It was asked yesterday. They did not reveal what the name was, and I guess the name's not too important. But the important thing is all the stuff from the Intel, or most of the stuff from the Intel store, would be going into the supply section, minus a few things like diamonds. They are going to have their normal release, so a lot of the stuff is going to be staying there. I'm assuming that training modules and T4s are staying there as well. I hope they go to the normal supply section, because I would love to purchase this with legacy currency and not have to use the chapter currency, what they call that. And we also have these awaken abilities. I think these are going to stay here, but like these character shards, they should be moving to the legacy shop. The gear tier 20 pieces they did mention is staying as well. I think they still want to hold off on that until more people unlock Professor X. But we are having some changes to the store as well. And a lot of things that are happening in July is going to be related to the Fantastic Four. Now, they also mentioned that a new raid is coming. They mentioned the time frame of August. So not only will we get a new chapter, we're getting a new raid. And as far as what I was thinking as far as a new raid, I thought it would be the Chaotic Storm raid, but the Spotlight 2 raid was launched earlier this year. If we look at the date of the launch, we had the Spotlight 2 was launched January 3rd of this year. I actually thought it was launched last year, so I had to go back and look at this up. But it was launched earlier this year, so about 6 months ago. And then if we look at the Chaotic Storm raids, that was launched on March 27th. So when they mentioned that the raids would be switching, I thought that they meant a new Chaotic Storm raid, but the Spotlight raids, they have been here the longest. So I'm guessing this is a new Spotlight raid, which would mean that Alpha Flight probably be out if they hold that same pattern as they did when they launched the Spotlight 2 raid. But Alpha Flight would be out. That means we're still needing the X-Men, the Uncanny Avengers, the one with Jean Grey and Hercules. And then a brand new team should be coming. He did mention on the raids more raid teams and possibly a he said a mutant team would be coming. I wasn't sure if this was referring to the Hellfire Club because we did vote on the Hellfire Club, a member of the Hellfire Club. They are a mutant team, but I'm not sure if they meant a mutant raid team. So let me know what you think is happening with this raid. Spotlight or Chaotic Storm? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Spotlight, but let me know what kind of team you think is going to be replacing Alpha Flight. Is that another mutant team? Previous to the Uncanny Avengers, we had the Spider Society that was required for the Spotlight raids. But let me know what you think is happening with the next raid as we talk about this, the cross-platform connection. Now, there is a symbol of Discord here. And one of the interesting things Pathfinder is talking about is, we just mean Discord here? Well, and RJ said, yes. Well, after that, RJ likes to reveal things, and what he did reveal is that there is a web client coming up very soon. Not just a PC client. You would have been playing this on a web browser. So he mentioned going to Marvel's. He actually said MSF.gg, which I think forwards to MarvelStrikeForce.com. So I'm not sure if there's something with that. But if you go to MarvelStrikeForce.com, you should be able to play on the web once this launches. No time frame on this, so it could be working on now and not get introduced for another year, or they could have been working on it for a while and it's coming up very soon. He did not give any time frame on this. As far as the web integration, the web client, I think that's cool. Being able to play Marvel Strike Force on your web browser, on Chrome or Safari or Edge or whatever you use. Also Discord. Now this Discord thing is something new. They're going to be the first game that's going to have some kind of integration with Discord. And the main thing that they mentioned is that this is going to help you with your alliance recruiting and integrating to that. Since this is something new, and I think I don't know if Discord has partnered with any other games previously. I'm not sure exactly what to expect here, but if we look at some of the new things that happened when they launched the web page and the web store and some other things, they usually give rewards. So I'm sure that when they have some kind of Discord integration, we'll get some kind of rewards with this as well. Let me know your thoughts on this, because I know a lot of people have been asking for a PC client, and I guess that web client is just like a PC client, right? So I think that's a good thing, and guess that they have made the requirements to play this a lot less, because I would think that the requirements of some of these more advanced Android devices would be higher than the web, but I guess they figured out a way to, or they are figuring out a way to be able to play this on the web on your PC. All right, Battleworld boss. Previous strike time, RJ and Pathfinder mentioned the target for the next version of Battleworld around September. In the most recent video, yesterday's live stream, they did say that target is still September, although the way they put it, it sounded like they were going to be pushed, it may be pushed back. But as far as their ideal scenario, September is a time frame for this. And in a previous video, they mentioned a new boss, Sentry, aka Void. So I guess we're gonna have to fight both iterations of it, which is very, very interesting. But I think the biggest thing is a lot of the features that they wanted in the first version of Battleworld that they did not get to introduce. A lot of it should be in that second version of Battleworld. I was pretty disappointed when Battleworld was released. It was teased to a lot of envoys and it sounded really, really good. And then about a year later, we got some version of Battleworld that's in the game right now. and a lot of people compare this to like Raids 3.0. I would say that's kind of accurate. It's not the most fun, engaging gameplay. I do like fighting Null though, and I think that's one thing that RJ wanted, is that Null fight. The fight itself is pretty boring. It's just get your Astral team, go on auto. He did say that auto fight is not supposed to go on and on and on, because warning, last week using your Astral, taking out Doctor Strange, putting in Mephisto in that spot made it unkillable for Null, which meant I was letting my battle run, even put on auto basic, and Null was still not able to kill the last two pairs, which was Moondragon and the Ancient One. They just kept going on forever, getting a bunch of death proofs. So don't do that. So a little warning about this week's Battleworld, but what they want in the future for Battleworld is that to not happen. So some kind of timer on the boss. The specific reason they said is there's a lot of complexity in the kits, and a lot of times they don't see all that when they do their testing. So that would just be the way to kind of mitigate it. He said it's a bad way to do it, but it's a solution right now. Hopefully down the road, since they realize it's not like a good solution, it's kind of a band-aid solution. Hopefully they have a permanent solution that's not so like abrupt as just having a timer on the boss. But yeah, lots coming in Battleworld. Now version 3, he did mention, with more of the features coming, and the target for that is going to be 2026 Q1, late Q1 or early Q2 is what they're targeting for the third version of Battleworld. So we don't even have the second version of Battleworld, but they already have plans for the third one. So I think that's a good thing. I like a long time frame on the content that they want to introduce to the game. If it's a very short time frame, like 3 months, it's not very promising. But if they're looking at next year and the year after that, I think that's a good sign for the health of the game. All right, so yeah, Battleworld looks to be, hopefully it's a lot more fun. Hopefully it's not just a Raids 2.0 like it kind of is right now. All right, we have some character upgrades that are happening, and specifically what I think they're talking about here, because this image right here, Purple ISO 8, they mentioned level 4 and level 5. They don't have a specific date for it, but they said about Q3, Q4. So we are going into Q3. I think actually we're in Q3 right now. So it could be any time, but could also be Q4 as well. Now, along with this, they didn't say it specifically, but what I assumed when they launched that Odin Dark Dimension last year, that it would be a yearly thing. So we'd have one earlier in the year, which was the Professor X Saga, which would require the gear. Gear Tier 20 is the latest gear. And next we would have another version of like a Battleworld or a Dark Dimension or whatever kind of epic saga they want to call that required ISO 8. So a new version of ISO 8, a new level of ISO 8 every year with a epic type of battle tied to that, and a new gear tied to the thing that's replacing Dark Dimension, I guess the Professor X Saga every year. So that is what I always thought was happening, but they didn't mention that specifically. Let me know if you think that we're getting another sort of epic campaign, Dark Dimension style, that will require ISO 8 level 5, the highest level of ISO 8. Unfortunately, that does mean that we're probably gonna get a new overpowered level. They did mention when they introduced overpowered that they wanted the second level and the third level eventually, and I hope level 4 and level 5 of ISO 8 doesn't mean a new level of overpowered. It will mean a new rank of overpowered. So probably level 12 is coming with this ISO 8, but I hope it's not a new level of overpowered that we have to worry about. Now, war updates. This is something that they talked about in the Envoy Summit a while back. I'm not sure what has changed since then. They didn't go into specifics, so I'm not sure if they have that same plan that they had a few months back at the Envoy Summit, or they changed some things, but they really want to streamline war. One of the major things that they talked about in the summit that they talked about yesterday, so I'm talking about now, is the removal of the helicarrier. If we go into the game right now, man, it's going to take a long time to load. So let's go into the game. We actually have a war going on right now, but yeah, let's go in, and it is going to take a long time to get in. Yeah, big loading screen. And the reason for that is because we have this 3D model of the helicarrier. And while it looks nice, it makes the loading screen a lot longer. So they want to replace this with a static image. It's not going to look as nice, but more importantly, we're going to get into battle, be able to do these battles faster. So actually be able to play the game a lot faster. So that I think is a good thing. But the other big change they want to make to War, actually a few changes that they proposed to War. Like I said, a lot of these were from September. They didn't mention anything specifically. So these may have changed, or they may still be what they're focusing on right now. But what they wanted to do, last I heard, was they wanted to focus more on not full clears. So, you know, right now, if you full clear, you pretty much win. So it's gonna be very, very hard to get full clears with the next version of War, but they want it more based on strategy, like room placement that boosts you place, instead of just just smashing through a lot of these War defense rooms. And one thing that they mentioned, like I said, I'm not sure if they still have this in mind or if this is changed, but one thing that they did mention was make it harder as you go along. So some of your initial attacks, same level teams, would be a lot easier than facing that exact same team if you waited till the end of War, because battles are supposed to be getting harder and harder and harder as the War goes along, which makes that strategy a lot more important, especially if you're not going to be getting full clears. Which rooms do you want to face? So I don't know, hopefully a lot of the things that they're talking about with Alliance War comes to the game. I think streamlining the helicarrier, making it a lot easier to get into War, at least for me, would make me enjoy War a lot more, because what I don't like, I want to go into War, play some battles, and I hit the button and I get this long loading screen to actually load the game. To go into War, I hit the War button, and that was actually a pretty fast load on my computer, but sometimes when I'm playing on my phone, it takes a lot longer, especially if I have a bad connection. So I just want to be able to play the game. So maybe this would help me like War a little bit more. Let me know what you think these changes will do to your enjoyment of War, and what you think of the early sneak peek of 2025. As we move on to the another thing that was mentioned in the blog post, and that was a pain point in the game, the negative zone. So if we go into the game right now, we have a new version of the negative zone, and it's not a very fun experience. I guess the first few times you play it is fun because it's like a puzzle, but doing this over and over and over, especially if you did the milestones for Odin, which required you to do or if you wanted to get high on the leaderboards, negative zone every single day for 2 weeks, that was not fun. I think the Omega Red one, the Omega Red event, that lasted for 3 weeks, and it gave some mutant gear and things like that. But if you're just doing your first run and your second run, I think it is fun. It can be fun. Today, it was kind of like that Dark Dimension style, where it's just chipping away at some of these nodes. Actually, not this node, the node previous to this, just chipping away at some of the enemies here. Yeah, I can't even see the enemies, but just chipping away at all this stuff there. Felt like some of the old Dark Dimensions where I got a lot of time. And I guess the good thing about this is, and again, there's a lot of negatives in negative zone. I'm trying to focus on the positives here though, guys. 18 more days, and all you need to do is 2 runs. So you can chip away at this. And if you look at the rewards, they're good. They're not bad rewards, but it's not like, oh, if I miss this, I've totally screwed up my account. You're taking it back a little bit, but you're not totally screwed up your account if you missed this. So yeah, they did address the negative zone. And they did say that it was really the frequency. It was not designed to be played every day. They made a mistake tying that to leaderboards, tying that to milestones. RJ in particular did like the puzzle solving, but as far as the execution of the negative zone, he felt it needed to do that better. No leaderboard and no pressure to do that daily from players. And I think Pathfinder said the same thing. First couple weeks that I was saying, first couple weeks, it was fun because it was a puzzle, and then grinding that every day, it's not a puzzle anymore, it's just a chore. So hopefully they make more puzzles, more things like that, and less chores in the game. But the other big thing that people were wondering, at least on stream this morning, when is the next Fantastic Four character coming? And I think we have a clue in when the release of Invisible Woman was done. Normally, and they don't do this every single release, but normal release is about 10 days between characters. If we look when Invisible Woman was released, it was July 2nd that she came out in the game, which means that in 10 days, it would be July 12th. That would be this Saturday. So next character, I'm assuming it's going to be Mr. Fantastic, because normally the best character is released last, and I think Franklin Richards is the best character of the 3. So I'm assuming the next one would be Mr. Fantastic. Obviously, I think we're going to find out all the details in the blog post on Friday. So if you're watching this on Thursday, speculate with me down below. If you're watching this on Friday, you already know all the information. So you can leave your comment if you want, but It's a little weird if you already know the information and you're leaving guesses, but second. Now, on Saturday, they don't always release characters on Saturday. They have released characters on Saturdays in the past. I'm not sure if that went as well for them, so they may be pushing this back from the 12th to the 14th, which is Monday. So my guess for when we're getting Mr. Fantastic, that is my guess, is gonna be the either the 12th or the 14th. Let me know what your guess is for when we're getting Mr. Fantastic in the game, or the next member of the Fantastic Four. Maybe it's gonna be Franklin Richards, but the better character maybe is out first. But let's go back to Battleworld. We have a new version of Battleworld, actually the same exact version of Battleworld. It is going on right now, and I guess the reason we're having it, they talked about the reason that we're having it so frequently. They want to get more null shards in players' hands, not just by giving it out, not just by having a calendar or something like that. I think they did something like that when they had to take down Battleworld because it was so bad. But they want, or at least RJ wants you to get character shards by interacting with null. So battling null in the battle, whether it be this battle in Battleworld or some kind of future challenge type battle in the future. But yeah, as far as null after this Battleworld, they don't have a conclusive place where they want that character to go. They want all the shards available to players. So like I said, that's why we're having these battle worlds after battle world, week after week after week, because they want more null shards. They want more 7-star nulls in the wild. But the mythic tag for null and the future battle world characters, and RJ confirmed no mythic tag for any of these characters. Their idea was there's supposed to be 2 characters that they're kind of giving out through battle world 2 times a year. And because they're a little more frequent than some of like the dark dimension type characters, didn't want them to have the mythic tag. So there's not going to get that mythic tag, but they do want to get these shards into players' hands. So let me know where you want these to go. If you're a newer player, mid-game player, and know you're not going to have null at the 7 stars by the time this is done, by the time Battleworld is done, where would you want the null shards to go? Into some store, some kind of challenge? I know early days of the game, we had like a challenge for Rocket to get that unlocked, had a challenge for Electrica to get her unlocked, a few other characters. Would you like it to see like that you'd have to actually do a battle with null? Or would you like some kind of mini version of Battleworld that you have to go in and play that battle? I think that would be bad if they don't tune it a little differently. If they keep it like that and you got these endless battles possibility with Mephisto and some other characters, that could be bad. But if they didn't implement that timer, it would solve that problem. Not in a very clunky way, it would solve that problem. So let me know what you want with Battleworld. But yeah, hopefully the second and third version are even more fun. Danger Room, we had that go away. Man, the version of Danger Room that we had this past week with this Professor X1, Old Man Logan smashing through everything. I love that. I talked about this with Dossier in a video earlier this week, but there's some times that I like challenge. I like to figure out puzzles. But there's other times in a game I just want to smash things. Like when my Eternals went against the Asgardians in war, that was so fun. This was also fun. Having Old Man Logan smash through all types of enemies. No cooldowns on the special for him and Jean Grey with some big AoE attacks. I love that. So hopefully they bring more things like this back. I think they do want to go further and further with Danger Rooms. I like these weird rules, the unlimited specials, unlimited ultimates. I like that. Let me know your thoughts on Danger Room. If you did play this, let me know your thoughts on this. The Quasar trial event also ended. No big deal because these always return. And if you didn't get the 6th red star, I'm assuming there's going to be another trial for the 7th red star. And during that trial, you could go back and get the 7th red star for Quasar if you don't have that already. But I thought this was a pretty fun event. This was actually one of these events that was pretty easy. So not a lot of challenge, not just smashing through stuff. So easy event. I like challenge or smashing. I don't like the middle part, which is just easy. This is pretty easy though, but it should be returning, so no worries if you didn't get all the red stars. Shadow King is also back. If we go to the beginning of these trials, Shadow King trials are back. We got 4 more days. Now, if you don't have Shadow King, obviously you're going to do these trials to get as many stars on him as possible. If you already have Shadow King, is it worth it for some of this stuff? Some astral energy, some ions, some other crimson gear, maybe. I guess it's depending on your time. It is a summer, so you may have more time than usual. I'll recommend doing this stuff. If it's summer and that means less time for you than usual, then you want to skip it. It is some crimson pieces, but obviously don't have Shadow King. I think you just keep going until you get all 7 stars for him. And last but not least, we have the Ultimate 32 that ended. The devs did address this because some people really pay attention to their Crucible ranking. Myself, I used to pay attention to that, not so much since they shifted to the weekends, but the Crucible rankings, Ultimate 32, Ultimate 16s are mini like break type of Crucibles that we had. Well, they were not supposed to like have you have higher or lower rankings. RJ said that kind of stuff is hard-coded into the game, so they can divert some dev hours to go back and change the coding of the game so that like these temporary Ultimate 32s and things like that don't affect your rankings. Let me know if that matters to you. I know hardcore Crucible players, it does matter a lot, the rankings, but if you're not hardcore, let me know, or if you are or not, just let me know which one, how much that means to you, if the rankings matter to you. But I want to show you my defense. Now, this may change before tomorrow, but as of right now, this is what I have on defense, and this is all about the curse. So the global rule next week, this is the global rule. Curse of the curse on offense and defense. The curse character successful hit, apply trauma to the target, and on defense, all the normal stuff there. So what is happening this from offense and defense? Skirmish characters on allied turn will gain assists now. So that we have the Orcus and Old Man Logan, and thanks to my alliance mate Fussy for this, I put out a message in my alliance. Hey, I haven't really looked at the rules too much. What are you guys using? I want to copy exactly what you're doing and then talk about it in the video. Fussy posted this, so this is what he's using on defense. Some of these teams I think I might switch up, but this is what we have for now. Like I said, next rule: offense and defense. On spawn, your character with the highest health clones the enemy character with the highest attack. It's the Sinister's room. Some people were confused about why their characters are getting cloned. It is the rule, the room. This is a tough room. Next one was the offense and defense, spiritual energy. Anytime a character gains energy from an active ability, you gain 1 energy. When a character enemy dies, all characters gain 1 ability energy. Ultimates cost 3 ability energy more. And what we have here is kind of a liberty, or exactly liberty with Black Knight. Next, we have this room, Annihilators and Starjammers. Annihilator characters on offense and defense count as Starjammers. He had a lot of Starjammers here. I didn't want to break up my Starjammers team. I think we will possibly, if we have enough offense after day 1, if we have enough offense, and I know that I can play with the Starjammers on defense without like having me struggle too much on defense, we'll switch this up. But right now, we just have some Annihilators and Lady Deathstrike because she didn't end up on that Orcus team there. Thunderbolt still in room 5, even though this is not a Thunderbolt room like last season. We put them there because we're building them on offense and defense. All characters successful hit. If the primary target has trauma, perform an ISO 8 attack against that target. And then Dossier, his Avengers. This looks like a weird, fun room. Lots of theory crafting here. We don't have a too interesting team, but Night Stalkers with Shadow King. Hopefully that does confuse my enemies a little bit. Offense and defense, all characters, you have at least 1 city ally. Ally special abilities cost 2 ability energy less. There's 1 global ally. When attacked, allies fill speed bar by 5%. And if you have at least 1 cosmic ally, enemy ultimate abilities cost 2 more ability energy. So, you could have the enemy ultimates cost more. So we have some cosmic characters. Do we have cosmic characters? Shadow King's cosmic, right? Let's go look at him up. I think he's cosmic. He is cosmic, and we have some city characters here, and with city characters here, and Agatha's a global, so we have all of these go off. So ally special abilities will cost 2 less, so ours will cost 2 less. I guess the enemies will as well, as long as they bring that city. Global, we have Agatha there, and allies will feel speed bar by 5% when attacked. And then ultimates, their ultimates are going to cost more. This is going to be a crazy room. Let me know what you're using here. Are you doing 1 city, 1 global, and 1 cosmic, and then just trying to fit out that room? Or are you just going to lean into 1 section? So hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. Check out some of the other videos on this channel, and if you want to start off a new game, check out my second channel all about Raid Shadow Legends. We have a brand new promo code out there for new users. If you want to start off a brand new account or a second account, that code will be a good one for you. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Also, if you want to check out what are the trap teams in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there. I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Hawk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.